a 17-year-old opening fire with an illegal weapon, an AR-15, that he had no business being in possession of.
So we know a little bit more about that too. Obviously, Anna's not going to give you the journalistic take, right?
It was an illegal weapon, Adam. That's all I need to know. The weapon was illegal. Okay, well, this was an experimental laser rifle that Kyle Rittenhouse stole from Area 51 on his way to Kenosha.
He was a little crafty, which I kind of admire. I don't know if you want to give the craftiness of how he got this automatic weapon.
You think having a straw purchases aren't crafty? That's like the most like #1 way people.
Yeah, but he got it with his Trump money. He got it with his stimulus check.
Wow.
So he got it. So he got it. So word on this.
True.
It's not true, really.
So he said, okay. So there's an interview where Kyle says that he bought. Because there's so much like misinformation about this gun. Because at first people were like, oh, he transported this gun illegally across state lines, and then I was like, well, no, the gun was given to him. So then at first it seemed like, wait a minute, like it wasn't his gun. But now we find out, he says that he bought this gun with coronavirus stimulus money, which is not actually true. He's mistaken. He actually got it through normal, because he wouldn't actually be available to get it, I think, because he's considered a dependent on his mom.
So it was his mom's stimulus money. No, even better.
No. Because he was working, so he was getting like unemployment benefits, and apparently, so he was getting unemployment, and then they increased unemployment because of coronavirus.
Oh, okay. So he got the stimulus money from unemployment.
From normal unemployment.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So he got normal unemployment. Obviously, there's a pandemic going on. He's a lifeguard. Let that sink in. He saves lives.
He literally guards lives. It's in the name. Okay, it's in the name. He's a guarder of life, everyone.
Now, Jacob Blake. Now, was he down at the swimming pool as a lifeguard earlier that day? I'm just curious. I want to compare and contrast the two here.
No, he was busy scaring his ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
And, stealing their car.
Oh, yeah, he was doing the finger bang thing.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
But well, we'll lay into the video again to what Rosenbaum was doing, which is even crazier. But no, so the way that he got the gun was it was a straw purchase, which means that he gave the gun to his friend, who was 19.
His friend bought it because he was 19 and he was old enough to actually buy the weapon. So the weapon really was his. His friend loaned it to him because it was his weapon.
Right. So he buys the gun for Kyle, but then. And this adds another wrinkle to the story too. So the gun was being kept at Kyle's stepfather's house, who lives in
Kenosha. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and that's what's so funny because they're like, "What? He doesn't consider this his own neighborhood. He lives 20 miles away. He lives so far away. This is totally nothing to do with him." It's like, actually, it turns out that his stepfather lives in Kenosha, like in that area.
Yeah.
And that he spends a lot of time with his stepfather. And part of the reason the gun was being kept there was because he was like planning on going hunting, or had gone hunting with his stepfather already in that area.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I drive 20 miles. I'm in Los Angeles, so I drove 20 miles just to get good Chinese food.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Two victims are 36-year-old Joseph Rosenbaum and 26-year-old Anthony Huber. And how did he purchase that gun? Well, he admitted to the press that he purchased that AR-15 by using a coronavirus stimulus check, and that a 19-year-old friend of his helped him purchase the gun because, of course, he's too young as a 17-year-old to purchase an AR-15. When he was asked about it, he said,
"Baller." Just gotta say, baller. Anna, you got the whole wrong attitude about this. Anna,
yes.
God, what is she, like 35 going on 50 here? Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. How dare you?
Don't you remember? Don't you remember? Come on. I actually had a friend of mine buy a car for me when I was not old enough to buy a car.
Oh, you're close. She's 34. Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
She looks older.
I don't know. The rebel in me loves this story. She looks older? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, don't you think she looks older? I thought she was in like her early,
Sitch.
like late 30s, early 40s.
You're risking our account getting nuked here. You know what you're playing with here?
Am I not allowed to guess someone's age? here? Is that what's happening?
These people hang out with Susan Wojcicki. Like
I'm just saying, if you were to say guess Anna Kasparian's age, I would not have guessed.
25, Anna. Don't strike our channel.
I would not have guessed.
No, I don't regret it. I would have died that night if I didn't. I feel like I had to protect myself. Now, again, he drove from Illinois to Wisconsin. So he put himself in what he considers a
So basically, you should have died that night, is what Anna's saying. Anna's saying, you put yourself in that situation, dude. You're supposed to die.
Well, it's so funny, too, because there's so much more to the story that our journalist professor is not talking about.
I know. Oh, my God.
And it's funny because the Washington Post, which I think they bring up, they did like this 23-minute long video on the story, which at first is like really good because they provide all this information, like background information. Mm-hmm. The way they talk about the event is fucking horrible, but the background information is good. And it turns out that Kyle had been there the night before as well, staying at his stepfather's house. And he goes there because that's his job as the lifeguard. He goes there to help clean up graffiti off of a local school. Mm-hmm. Okay. And he's spending the night again at his stepfather's house. So this idea that he went there to do this is a total lie.
It is a
total fabrication.
Yeah. What? Just to be clear here now, Jacob Blake, did he help clean up graffiti at the school? I want.
Well, no, forget Jacob Blake. Say, did Rosenbaum was Rosenbaum?
Oh, was Rosenbaum there cleaning up? Yeah, yes. Exactly.
I don't think so.
What about the skateboard kid? The guy who hit him with the skate, was he cleaning up graffiti or was it?
I don't think so. Just a guess. Guess. I don't know, but I'm guessing.
Okay, cool. So we got it straight now.
Dangerous situation. He was in possession of an illegal weapon. He was the one who opened fire first. And I mean.
Oh, that's terrible.
He opened fire first.
Yep. Oh man. Oh, so terrible.
We'll see how this all plays out in court. But the point of this story, the point of this update is that he is free on $2 million bond.
I have a couple of thoughts about this. First,
oh no. Oh no.
Adam, why'd you stop it? She has a couple of thoughts of
that. I'm letting it sink in how little information she got off about he shot first. Like, does she know? Like, is she falling into the shot into the open crowd thing, or does she know the truth and she's just obscuring it?
I think what happened was that she bought the initial lie, the narrative. Okay, that Kyle Rittenhouse was shooting at innocent protesters that did nothing, and then when like more facts came out, she so heavily invested herself psychologically in this lie that she like literally cannot physically perceive truth or reality whatsoever.
Was there any moment though when she had like just some quiet time with Anna when she goes, holy shit, I fucked up. Now I have to like do this legal dance every time I talk about this story. Because they have to cover this story, right? They claim to be a journalistic outlet. They can't let this story go.
Right. I don't. Well, maybe there was that realization where it's like, oh, I fucked up. Like, how do I twist this to make sure that I'm right still? Right.
Well, we talked about.
I don't think so. I think this is what happens, Adam. Me and you, we got to go to Anna, and we all got to take shrooms together. And then we got to watch the video and be like, Anna, don't you see from this new perspective? Don't you understand the truth? Okay. Just see it from a new vantage point. And then she'll be like, oh my God, guys, I finally understand the reality. The curtain has been lifted.
Never going to happen.
It's going to happen. We'll crowdfund it, okay? The let's all get wasted on shrooms crowdfunding.
Anna does talk about doing Molly all the time, so she might be Yeah, totally.
That's hilarious.
First and foremost, the circus that's happening today, we can credit the mainstream media for it because they continue to shine a light, give a microphone, and continue to amplify the voices of all the circus, right? People are dying every day.
Wait a minute.
I know, it's such hypocrisy.
This is okay. So this is an independent journalist news organization, the Young Turks, which I believe is one of the largest ones around, at least on YouTube.
So
And
they say.
Or so they say. Well, I mean, they got a lot of subs. Okay. And she's complaining that the media covers Kyle Rittenhouse too much in a video where she's part of the media covering Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, you didn't have to do this story. What are you talking about? You just joined the circus.
Is that the true serum behind you, Ada? Right there? Is this the truth? Okay.
Notice how that true serum there is completely untouched. Untouched. That's a full bottle of true serum.
That's the problem. She never opened it. Ada, it's right there. Ada, that's her name. I'm assuming I'm saying her name correctly. Ada, the bottle's right behind you. It's calling out to you. It's like, drink me. And she's like, no, I don't want to know the truth.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
All kinds of things are happening all over the world, and the Washington Post is having a sit down with Kyle because we want to know what a murderer is thinking, and then we wonder
how dare someone accused of a crime be interviewed so you could understand their side of the story. What kind of crazy country do we live in, Adam? Do we live in America, or do we live in some kind of crazy country where we hear both sides of a story?
Well, obviously, the mob should have settled this. We were done with Kyle Rittenhouse's story the night he was there, the night all this began, right? We don't want to know his story.
Yes.
Come on.
Wonder why the world and our country is in disarray, because the media, mainstream media, is constantly adding fuel to the fire. We should.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
The entire world is in disarray at this very moment because too many media organizations, including the one you're watching right now that I'm a part of, are covering Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, ... and lying about the whole thing. Like, so blatantly lying to our faces. Like, it wouldn't be bad if they were just covering it honestly. There would be no outrage at all. The outrage is completely because you're making up this completely fictitious narrative. It's garbage. That's why people are upset. But it's so infuriating that she's talking about like adding fuel to the fire. She's the one adding the fuel.
Yeah, she's pouring on gasoline, like, stop throwing fuel on the fire. She's dumping barrels of gasoline.
Exactly.
And I mean, where does it really show you where her position is? Where she's complaining about the media covering Kyle too favorably. When it's like, what world are you living in? Everything has been either unfavorable towards Kyle or like sort of neutral, but still slightly unfavorable towards him. I don't think I've seen a single mainstream source covering the Kyle Rittenhouse story and being like, oh no, it was probably self-defense.
Well, this is going down the Nick Sandmann route. Like, sooner or later, there's going to be hell to pay for this, to be honest with you.